Hey guys, how you doing tonight? It's Shane Boykin here with Sentinel Secure Transport. Wanted to throw a little video out there about ATS. Mainly about why would you want to come and work for ATS as a company driver, a lease operator, pretty much whatever. Couple of the main things are, for me being a lease operator, I make real good money with ATS. I gross around $180,000 a year. That's pretty significant, pretty standard. But I make good money. With any company, there's good, they're bad. Doesn't matter where you go. But I have heard very little negative about ATS. I've been with them for over 2 years now. Making, like I said, real good money. Real good. Like, I'm not going nowhere. I have my own LLC, in the process of buying trucks, and I'm going to be actually bringing trucks and drivers possibly over to ATS and to a couple other companies. But at the end of the day, I'm not planning on going anywhere. My money's good enough that I'm happy where I'm at. So with that said, we're going to talk about why you would want to come to ATS. Part of the reason of why would you want to come to ATS, one, ATS is an established company. They've been around for years. They're one of the industry leaders. Second is good money. Third thing is they're a safe company. If you're a driver and you got a good CSA, you got good standing in trucking, you don't jump around from company to company to company to company to company and just bounce, and you want to make money, try ATS. ATS, I run on the dry van side, but our flatbed division makes good money. So if you're a flatbed driver and you're watching this, still look out for it. Take a look, see if it fits in. Me as a flatbed driver, when I was, I don't like doing the whole trailer switch out thing. I don't like having all my equipment on a bulkhead behind my cab. I prefer to have my equipment on my trailer. But as far as what I know of, ATS, all your equipment's in a bulkhead. Switch out trailers periodically, that kind of thing. As far as dry box goes, I make my money. Not going to sit there and sugarcoat it. I make my money. Now, I have an extremely good fleet manager. So that has a lot to do with, I guess, how I make my money. Because I don't use our load board. I don't use any of that. I put a lot of trust in my fleet manager to give me the money that I need to make. The more money I make, the money he makes. So when you're looking at stuff, good equipment, new equipment, you can look into going into some used equipment, but at the end of the day, make your money. You're going to make money. You have a couple of different options coming to ATS. You can bring your own truck over. You can go into a short-term lease. You can go into a long-term lease. And if you've been with a company for a little while, you can go into a TAP lease. Couple of different options. I have another video on that about the pros and cons. I believe is the video that goes into the different leases and kind of explains that more. The one thing that I would like to do is get you some information, let you know that you can make money. No matter what, you can make money. So if you're talking about making money, you're talking about looking at money, it's there. I'm going to do something I normally don't really do to prove that you can make money. And I remind you, what I'm about to show you is my take home for just 1 week. And that was on the low end because I only did a couple of days for the holiday. But right there, I don't know where's the camera at. So it's not going to let it do it. But if I dumb it down a little bit, it'll let me. If you can see that one, right there. It's 1883. Now, remind you, out of that 1883, I had about $1,300, $1,400 in fixed expenses come out of that. And on top of that, I also had my fuel come out of that. But that's what I took home. That was with me only working a contract for 4 days and taking a load to get me home. That's what I cleared. So, sit there and say that you're not going to make money. It's totally on how you run. Totally on your fleet manager. But as far as a company goes, so far as my experience goes, they've been very transparent, very open with discussion. Also, just keeping in mind that that's what it's about. If you want a company to come to that's safe, guaranteed lanes, got the money to pay you, try ATS. I'm not going to sit there and guarantee you that it's going to work out for you, because your personality has to fit the company as much as the company has to fit you. The only people that's going to know that is yourself. You're going to have to know, where do you fit in? Where do you not fit in? How does the company benefit you? How do you benefit the company? So, a lot of variables. Definitely look at where you're going to be as far as where you're based out of, home time, where you live, and try to see if they got freight there. Ask that question. Make sure to ask that question. Do you have ample freight coming out of my area? What I mean by your area is you may have to deadhead 100, 120 miles, but it's 2 hours, dude. It's worth your money. Average pay rate right now that I've seen is almost every load is over $2 a mile. So I'm on a load right now that's paying me to the truck after their cut and all that crap. Still getting about almost $2,800 to the truck for a roughly 1,300 mile trip. So, do the math on it. You'll see. It's worth it. Then immediately after that, I'm doing a 300 mile deadhead to go pick up my next load that's going from basically next to the border all the way up to Columbus, Ohio. That load's paying me almost $2, a little over $2 a mile also. And that's including the deadhead and everything. So I'm happy with the money. So, everybody's not going to have the same experience. But what I would like to do is, if you do decide to come over to ATS, I'm going to attach my global ID number. What is my global ID number? That's where if you do decide to come over here and go to ATS, shoot my global ID to your fleet manager. I mean, if you're going to come over, I can even turn around, if you share your email with me or any of that, private message me, that kind of thing, look me up, and I can even plug you in on my phone, and that way they'll reach out to you. I can get all that done for you if need be. But the main thing is I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I also hope, before you decide to look into coming over to ATS, watch a couple of my other videos. Some of those videos will also give you more insight about leasing with ATS. So that's what I would really like for you to do. Do your research. Don't trust just what I'm telling you. Don't trust just what you see or hear from somebody else. Do your research. Because if you don't do your research, you're taking a gamble. At the end of the day, you're the one that has to make that decision on where you're going to go. So, do it. Take that step. Take that move. Make that money. That's why I would come to ATS. You're going to be comfortable. You're going to make your money. And you're going to know that you're working for a safe company. ATS doesn't take bullshit drivers. They don't. You gotta be and have a good background in trucking. Look around, you don't see a lot of advertisement for ATS. You don't. You're not going to find a lot of advertisement for ATS. You're not going to find it. They rely on a lot of word of mouth, a lot of drivers letting drivers know about ATS. I didn't know what the hell ATS was when I first came. I thought ATS was the American Truck Showrooms that sells trucks. I thought it was where you buying trucks through them and they just got an ATS logo. Come to find out, ATS is a whole nother damn world. Anderson Truck Services. But at the end of the day, you can't get much better of a company. I've not been with a lot of them. I've not worked for a lot of them. I've worked for 4 companies in my career. So, you know, I don't jump around, so I can only speak on the companies that I know about. So I'm gonna throw my global ID up here. I'm gonna let you, you know, do your research, but if you do decide to come over, put me down as a reference. Reach out to me in the comments. Share it, like it, but comment. If you got a question, I'll try to answer it for you. If I can't answer it, I'm going to reach out to people that may have the answers with the corporate office, wherever I got to make a phone call. Because my thing is this: the camaraderie in trucking this day and age is really not really out there as much as you think it is. So what I'm trying to do is give back to other drivers. I didn't find home, took it, you know, just wasn't making a lot of money. I wasn't for years. Finally found ATS, and I'm making damn good money, comfortable money. I ain't got to look at the price of what stuff is that I'm buying. I can drop money if I want to drop money, and I don't miss it. So that says a lot. But at the end of the day, it's what you make of it. But I'm trying to give back to drivers that are out there working for companies that are making nickels. And ATS is a company that's not going to make you nickels. You're going to make that dollar. But I want to give back. I want drivers to know that ATS is a good company. You can't go wrong with it. As long as you're doing what you need to do and you're communicating with your fleet manager, you can't go wrong. But you can't come over to ATS and think it's going to be cakewalk. You know, they use the collision mitigation, they use all that. That's why their safety record is high. That's why they keep up with shit. You know, if you're worried about that camera in your truck and you're worried about all that BS, guess what? I will tell you right now to your face, you're doing some dumb shit out on the road. I'll say it straight to you. If you don't like that camera's there to protect your ass. And if you don't like it, it's because you're doing something wrong. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to have, and damn truck will beep at you and all that kind of crazy shit. But you know what? You know and I know you shouldn't be that close to something. But you know what? It's the integrity of the driver that ATS wants. So if you got a good driving skill set and you know you're doing the right thing behind the wheel, you know you got the background, and you want to try to find a place that's home, ATS is a company to look into. So that's, again, why I say ATS is where to go. That's why I say choose ATS. Take that look at them. Because at the end of the day, it's a good company. I know this video has been a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I gotta let my fur baby back there. She's all knocked out, as you can see. But at the end of the day, guys, if you want a good company to work for, take my global ID, use it as a reference. Hit me up. Let me answer some questions for you. Make the decision based on the facts that you research. And if you do that, I guarantee you ATS will be a good pick for you. But let me know how you feel about the video, guys. Do me a big favor. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. That way we can get this out to other drivers. You're not the only driver out there that's wanting to find stuff. So share it with your friends. Everybody has friends in trucking if you're already in it. Share it with them. Bring them over with you. Get credit for them. Get over here. Get that global ID. Get over here. Show your friends that they can make money as well, just like you. But at the end of the day, guys, again, just like it. Share it. Give me some comments. Good, bad, ugly. I don't care. You know, if you had a bad experience with ATS and you think this video is bullshit, comment on it. And I'm not going to block it. I'm not going to get rid of it. You know, at the end of the day, I'm giving you my input. But what you got to remember, guys, is anybody that's talking negative about any company, there's a reason why they didn't make money. There's a reason there. Let's hope it's legitimate reasons. But at the end of the day, guys, you know how to do your research. You've been behind the wheel. We all know it's about comfortability, the equipment, home time, and the biggest one of all, money. Come over to ATS, make your money. Make it. Make that money. So, again, guys, I appreciate you watching this. I appreciate you taking the time, especially with this one being so long. But again, keep it between the lines. Keep it rolling. Stay safe out there on the road. And again, I'm Shane Boykin with Sentinel Secure Transport and referring ATS to you. Have a good one.